Alright, welcome back.
Pumpkin King. Okay, what were you gonna say?
Oh, yeah, okay, so what I did want to get to that I keep getting distracted by is... So there's a god in that world, right?
Of course.
The queen...
Queen!
Is essentially a god because she gave up her, like... I don't even know if you can say humanity, but essentially she gave up her humanity to literally infuse her soul with the system as a whole, which gave her, like, direct... Which, in their world, is like, she gained, like, the powers of God because they believe in religion and all this. They're, like, medieval stuff. So they believe in religion and peace, and she has, like, god-like powers because she's been blessed by the gods, and she's become one of the gods or whatever. But really all it is that she figured out how to gain admin access.
I have control!
Which literally makes her a god in that world, because she can just, like, delete people's existence from the fucking game.
I have control!
And she just does, like... But essentially, she's just, like, waging a war against the evil people, and the evil people are gonna try and, like, invade their land, so they need to build up the defenses. And the way she, like, makes her soldiers by, like, essentially removing all their memories and then making them 100% loyal to her. She essentially does hardcore brainwashing.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. It makes her very evil very quickly. Because she removes people's free will, and when they start breaking away from her free will, she's just like, time for you to sit in the timeout bubble, and she puts them in these weird sarcophagus things to have their memories rewritten to be ever loyal to them forever.
That's what happens to Alice, right?
Yes. And that's why she's like that, and she doesn't know she had a sister or family or any of that shit.
Or that she was madly in love with Kirito, and then she falls in love with him again.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's just
she wasn't madly in love with Kirito and she was a kid. She was just kind of whatever about it. It was the other dude that he was madly in love with her. It was a weird, his name is.
Weird love triangle.
The one that Kirito falls in love with. Kirito falls in love with his boyfriend in that one.
Yeah.
And then his boyfriend falls in love with her, and she falls in love with Kirito. It was a romance triangle. It was very Twilight. It was very Twilight, you know.
I didn't watch the video, but I was just like, you know, when you look at the title, it's very true. It was like, is Edward abusive? And I'm like, oh, is the guy who basically kidnaps a girl, makes her fall in love with Sparkle Chest, and abuses her for blah blah blah, is he abusive? Nah.
No. She's the abusive one, Derek.
Yeah.
If you actually... Here's what I've learned. If you actually sit through Twilight, which don't do it as awful, you really come to the realization that she's more the abusive one, because there's literally points where she's just like, fine, if you won't date me anymore, I'm just gonna kill myself, and then he just, like, has to constantly stop her from killing herself. Yeah. And it's like, I mean,
Oh, dude. Sometimes that stuff is so cringy.
Dude, Twilight is garbage. Anyways.
So is 50 Shades of... 50 Shades of Shade.
That's because it was a fanfic of Twilight.
Yeah.
But...
It's so fucking gross.
50 Shades of Grey is the life that everyone wants to live, though.
Except they don't.
No. Everyone wants to live that life, Derek.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I was wrong.
40 million housewives can't be wrong, Derek.
You're right.
Every housewife wants to live
can't be wrong.
Everyone wants to live that life, Derek.
Oh. Oh my god. It's just so funny because it's just like, I've known a number of women who I've talked to about it, and they're like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing.
That's because it's for old women, Derek.
Yeah.
We only talk to young women.
That's true.
Fucking expand your horizon.
Yeah, become more awake.
Yeah. Fucking... But yeah, man, fucking,
associate with people like 30 years older than me.
They're normally the cool ones anyways. You know how hard it is to get a straight answer out of a teenager?
I'm gonna skid on that Family Guy. They're like, it's harder than trying to get a straight answer out of a 20-year-old.
You wanna go out and like out or out? I guess.
You know the exact clip I'm talking about.
It's whatever. I don't know. Here's the first 3 letters of my email. Text me.
Email me.
Yeah, no. Here's the first 2 digits of my number. Email me.
I'm like, dude, this is too fucking true.
It's 100% true.
It's like trying to get a straight answer out of my girlfriend. I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, nah. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Are you okay? Wait, I don't care. Oh no, wait, that's just me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, man, fucking.
But no, I've actually. I know a lot of older people too, and sometimes it's just more fun to talk to older people than it is to talk to people our age, because they have the cool stories.
It's true, they do.
Like I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to be a police officer, and they'd had me come in and watch the film, like watch the cameras to of these things, and people would do the stupidest things, and I'm like, yep." And he's telling me some of these things, and I'm like, dude, this is great.
Yeah, I had an older woman I worked with, and she was just like, the weirdest story ever, by the way, to just tell people, but she's like, I'm talking to her, and she's like, yeah, my ex-husband almost killed me, and she almost choked me to death while we were fucking, and I was just like, oh? And then she's like, yeah, never date an ex-convict. And I was like, oh, what? Literally, I'm like, I'm not gonna pry any further than this, but what?
Oh.
I was like,
Here's what I love about us, Chris. People just share the weirdest stuff with us.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Like, why are you telling me this? Oh.
Yeah, I had a friend who was like talking to me, and he's like, yeah, man, I had the weirdest dream one night, and I'm like, oh yeah? He's like, yeah, I had a dream where I was fucking a minion. And I'm like, what? He's like, it wasn't like a real minion, but it was like a minion sex doll, like a blow-up sex doll, but it was a minion. And I was like, what? Like, why are you telling me this?
That's what I mean. People tell us the weirdest things.
Like, I've dreamed some weird shit, nothing even comes close to that.
Yeah, I can agree.
I was like, what, dude?
But it's like, people tell us stuff like that all the time, and I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Right?
Why?
It's like, what? Why? Oh, man. But yeah, fucking, just shit like that. That one's one of my favorites, just because it's so fucking, like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Stuff like that, though. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I know more about some people that I wish I didn't know this stuff about them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why are you telling me this? I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to share this with me, but why?
Why? Why? Why would you do this?
It's like, I don't need to know about all your different weird kinks that you have. Why are you telling me about them? I'd rather you don't.
I think some people just have fun telling people weird shit. I do.
I do as well. But it's just like, why?
I think the difference, though, is that I feel like they tell me stuff in confidence of, like, yeah, man, I can trust this person, where I will just tell any fucking person it because I want to see them be like, dude, what the fuck?
like, no, I've seen that happen. Like, I would be with people, it would be me and you, and we'd be with some other people, and you'd say something, and they'd look at you like you had 3 heads.
It's like the best part.
And I'm like, this is my favorite part of hanging out with Chris. It's that look.
It's the best part. It's why I tell people everything I can think of.
That's why I love oversharing things sometimes.
Oh, dude, I love oversharing.
Oh, it's great.
As long as you're careful with what you overshare, you can overshare anything with the right infliction.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I love it when I meet new people. The first time I met a buddy of mine right from college, I don't feel like using names just in case, but like the first time I met him, all right, I had a neutral friend. He's like, blank, this is blank. You know, he's like, Chris, this is blank. Thinking of doing a thing with him if you're interested in working with us and, hanging out, and we can just, hang out while we do it. And I looked at him, I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. And I forget how exactly it got brought up, but someone said something that was kind of, sort of, a little gay, and I went super fucking, in on that. Because, they said something...
I love it, because
They went something... I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it was something that could be slightly construed as, that was a little gay, dude, but not, vehemently, something gay was said. So I just was like, as soon as he said it, I was just like... As soon as he said it, I was like, man, he's gonna... I'm like, sorry, dude, I don't fuck anyone that... I'm like, I don't let anyone fuck me that isn't bigger than me. And then I looked over and I was just like, then again, you might be bigger than me. I'm not really sure because we're both sitting right now.
I love you, Chris. I love you, no homo, all the homo.
And he immediately laughs. He's like, what the fuck? He's
like, Chris, I love you, no homo, all the homo.
All of the homo.
Oh my god.
No homo, right, Yugi? Yes, no homo.
Oh god. I gotta start saying that to people more. I love you, all homo, no homo, all the homo.
All the homo.
Oh, it's so funny because I have a friend, right? And I'm comfortable with my sexuality. He's like, anything gay, he like kind of shuts down a little bit. And
those are the best kind of people to fuck with, though. All right,
and I'm talking to my friend. We'll call him M and S.
Yep.
And M's like, dude, you gotta say it. You gotta say I love you. You gotta say I love you back. Because it was me and M and S, and we were on a video chat.
Yep.
And he's just like, you gotta say it back. You gotta say it back. And I'm like, I love you, M, and I love you too, S. And he's just like, and then M looks at S and he's just like, you gotta say it back. And he's just like, and I'm like, oh my god, this is great. This is absolutely great.
I love fucking, I don't know if you remember the kid from our high school, big dude, horrible at math?
Which one?
The one that couldn't divide.
Oh, I know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
T, right?
Yeah, T. I don't want to say his name, so...
We'll just use the first letter.
So, I mean, you knew me back in high school.
Yeah.
I was very much a, like, do not fucking talk to me, do not fucking touch me, you stay the fuck away from me, I will stay the fuck away from you. I don't give a shit kind of person.
I don't
like,
give a shit.
People,
and I don't give a fuck.
I had a...
You give a shit.
I had a terrifying aura around me. Most people found me either fucking scary or just thought I was the biggest asshole in the fucking world.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. But continue.
So I'm at the county fair at the time, right? Mm-hmm. And I see T-Man fucking walking right up to me, right? And he's just like, and I'm walking towards him. Keep in mind, we really don't know each other like at all.
Yeah. You had a mutual friend.
We had a mutual friend, yeah. So I like barely knew this kid, but he starts walking towards me. I'm all, standard dressed, all black, fucking dark clothes, fucking no fucks given. I'm walking alone. I don't give a shit. Fucking, and he just like holds his arms out for a hug as he's walking towards me, and I just like. I'm not even making eye contact with him. I'm just walking forward. I get in range. I pull my arms out and hug him. And fucking everyone with him is just like, whoa, what the fuck? Because I never do shit like that.
but it's he knew you knew me.
Yeah.
Which means you gotta be someone who's weird enough to do this shit.
No, because like outside of school, I'm like this. Like how I currently am on this show, this is how I am normally. But in school, I hated school, and I hated everyone in school. So I was just an asshole in school, and I was like, don't talk to me unless you're speaking. Unless you're asking me a question, I don't want to fucking hear you.
We had some classes with him. I think so. He knew you a little better than some people.
Yeah,
but like it's still like great.
Yeah. So like everyone around me is just like, so everyone with him is like, whoa, what the fuck? It's just like this super like jarring, like, you just got the fucking emo dark kid to fucking hug, what the fuck?
It's just so funny, because like, oh dude, I love it.
Oh yeah, fucking.
It's a good guy though, I really like him.
Yeah, no, he was a nice dude, I always loved that kid. I didn't talk to him very much, but when I did talk to him, he was a nice dude.
He's a nice guy.
But fucking, he was super, super funny, because just the fucking, like, just the reaction of everyone else killed me. It's just, like, perfect. And we didn't say anything. We literally, when we unhugged, we both just walked different directions, didn't say a fucking word.
I love it. I love it. It's like you planned it or something.
Yeah, no, it was just totally spur of the moment. It was great.
That's what I loved about it, because we had some oddballs, and I would consider him an oddball.
Oh, definitely.
And you know, you got some oddballs that you know, and you're like, I really like these guys because they're just
Dude,
so out there.
The oddballs were always the best part. I always like it when you do something out of the ordinary with a bunch of people, and they're just like, I can't believe you did that. And it's like, but to you, it's like not a big deal because you know the person somewhat, right?
Yeah.
Like, we had, you remember Dondre, right?
Yeah, Darkness.
Yeah. Fuck it, I love Dondre. But there was one day I'm walking with two buddies of mine, but they didn't know him.
Yeah.
So, like, we're just
I know which
walking.
one you're talking about.
It's one of my favorite stories of all time because
I love this
it
story.
was super funny. Because me and Dondre, we don't, like, hang out, but every time we did talk or we were in the same, like, social thing, we always got along really well. So, like, and he had a fucking awesome sense of humor. I love the kid. But, like, he's walking from lunch one day, and I'm behind him, and I'm with two friends of mine who didn't know him. And I just go, Yo, Dondre! And he fucking just turns around, and I just go, You're black! And he just laughs and fucking walks away. He's like, alright. He's like, what he's like, it's that laughing like you fucking idiot. Like, you really interrupted me just for that.
Like you know, you don't mean any harm with it.
Yeah, like,
and it's just like why are you being a fucking idiot?
Yeah, like, why you interrupted me just to fucking do that? And it's extra funny because whenever people would say he's black, he would normally go, nope, I'm Chinese. Every time. That was his thing.
He's really, really dark. That's the joke.
But that was always his thing, is he would always be like, nah, I'm Chinese.
I'm Chinese.
I'm Chinese. They'd be like, you're black. He's like, nope, I'm Chinese. So I was expecting that reaction, but instead he just, like, laughed. I think it's because he was already talking to someone else, and he was just like, you really interrupted me just for that, dude.
Yes. Yes. I know he's doing relatively okay. Same circle of friends, some of them I still keep in touch with.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple months ago on PlayStation, and he's still doing alright, but it was just funny because, what makes it funny is I'm with two people who didn't know him, and they're just like, dude, I can't believe you said that, you can't say that, and I'm like, why not? Like, he's clearly okay with it. Oh, man. He still has one of my favorite moments of all time because I walked into class and he was sitting in my seat, right, from the class before. And I did this and I was just like, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, how bad can I make this sound before someone tries to step in? So I just walk into class, I see Dondre sitting at my seat, and I was just like, yo, Dondre, the fuck, man? And he looks at me, like, confused. And I'm like, I'm sick of you fucking people. This is so fucking bad out of context, which is what makes it so funny. I'm sick of you fucking... I very specifically would not use his race, though. Because that was the whole build-up to the joke. I'm like, I'm sick of you fucking people coming into my fucking town, stealing our fucking work, taking my shit. Like, this is my seat, and you just take it? You people think you can come in here and take my shit? Just because you're special? Just because you guys... you think you deserve it? Like, you people just coming in here, stealing ours jobs? And I'm just being super... And I'm like being loud about it. I want everyone in the class to hear it. And I just see the teacher, like, looking over at me. And I'm like, because I'm just glancing at her, I really want a reaction. And I'm like, I keep going, I'm building onto it. I see her standing up. She starts walking around. Right as she gets to the end of the desk, I go, I'm sick of you Chinese people. Because that was his joke. He would always say he's Chinese. Yep. So I was just like, I end it with, I'm sick of you Chinese people. And at this point, he's no longer confused. He's fucking dying. He immediately, you just see a big smile on his face. And he starts fucking laughing a little bit. And the teacher looks at me like, you fucking asshole. And turns around and walks away without saying anything. And everyone in the class is like, oh, Jesus, I thought that was way worse than it was. And I was just like, and like, immediately at the end of that, I'm like, yo, how's it been? he's like, it's been alright. I'm like, cool, man.
Oh my god, I love that story so much.
It's just like, because it was just the build-up of like, you know, how bad can I make this sound before someone is like, alright, you need to go to the office?
Yeah. The thing is, if you're gonna make a joke like that, you have to be incredibly vague.
You have to be super vague. I was incredibly vague. I refused to say any, like, specifics. It was just, like, vague shit.
And the other part of it is, Dondre knows you mean no malice there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. When I first started, I think he thought I did for a second. Because the first look he gave me was just genuine confusion of what the fuck is happening right now.
But
because there was no warning. But that's what makes a good joke, is a build up to an unexpected punchline.
That's the part with me, like, I can make those type of jokes to people too, and they look at me and they're like, oh, he means no harm at all. And then people are just like, okay, he's just fucking doing it for a laugh.
It's something I wouldn't have done to a random person. Like, no. It's the fact that I knew him.
We know him.
Like, I knew he wouldn't be like, what the fuck, like, immediately.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that if you do that to someone you don't know, expect to get punched in the fucking face.
Oh, yeah.
Super fast. See, it worked because I knew Dondre, so I knew Dondre was just going to be like, I know he's not actually racist, so what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I know he's not actually meaning this, so what is he on right now?
Yeah, like, what the fuck is he doing? But yeah, man. But man, it's again, you can get away with some fun shit when you don't give a shit.
Oh boy.
Oh man. But yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking what were we talking about before all that? Probably Sword Art or some shit?
Yeah, I like it. So good. Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Your Majesty!
Oh yeah, I think it was. Oh yeah, I do kind of remember. I just fell in for the last 3 minutes. Is there's like a god being, right? He's got admin access.
It's not important anymore.
No. It's important. Fucking. But she like sacrifices the souls of her people to make a giant mech out of nothing but magic swords.
Awesome!
I know! And they were like, this is evil and we need to stop you. And I'm like, no, this is fucking cool as shit.
You say evil.
I
say
awesome. It's like she made a literal unkillable conscious weapon. That's awesome.
You say evil. I say awesome.
So what she had to kill and capture the souls of 100,000 people, totally worth it. And that's why they stop her. But yeah, the scene from that is she convinces Kiryu's lover boy to make out to sleep with her in a bed while she's naked because she can give him no more pain or some shit. Alicization was really emo. It was a really emo story.
So that's where that scene comes from.
Yes, and it's funny because the first time I watched that, I was just like, it's funny because they censored the rape scene in that on Toonami. There's like a rape scene in, and they like censor it, even though it doesn't show anything. They still censored it. Meanwhile, the full nude part is just like totally there, non-censored, except for the blurring of her tit. And I'm just like, what are these rules you people make? It's like, I get it. It's not like you removed the rape scene. You just like weirdly censored it. Like, we still know they're being raped. Like, what did this really accomplish, people?
The internet.
I don't understand. But
okay, well, on that note.
Yep. Pick it up in the next part.
Yep.
We'll see you guys then. Peace.